Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark III and welcome back to Mindustry. Yes, where our first Drauga drone is quite happily flying along with a consignment of lead. Don't get me wrong, I know that any Draugas are going to get themselves mildly murdered by... Well, at least that's one way for me to get health back, I suppose. Ah, it's true. Okay, so the flashing yellow in the middle of my craft is indeed my health bar. And unfortunately, going back to my drone core, sorry, my core, it's not my drone core, my shard, my whatever it is, didn't fix things, so yeah. Bridge conveyor, bridge conveyor, bridge conveyor, bridge conveyor. Okay. Laminac. That was something happening, but I don't know what. It sounded like a lot of explosions, if I'm honest. But yeah, sorry. Right. I just have to try and keep all this up until such time as... Well, I think I'm going to leave at the next opportunity. It's a shame, but the sheer scarcity of resources in this map have left me with no ability to actually gather much of anything. Especially the absolute rubbish position of coal. Right in the enemy spawn point and nowhere else. Ow. I was not paying attention. Okay, yeah, I'm still a bit bitter about that. The fact that the only coal reserve here is in the enemy's spawn point is lousy, to say the absolute least. Especially since the alternative map actually gave us plenty of coal but no sand, which might actually be the reason why. Makes sense, unfortunately. I think I'll put a battery here. Yeah. And this is why I wanted anti-aircraft guns. Come on, this way. Yep, you're dead. Just because we need to get the stuff sorted out. But yeah, that will deal with any such intrusion in the future. Hopefully. And to make sure that this side stays safe as well, though the walls are slowly crumbling. Yes, go Draugas. I'm going to install an additional battery of anti-aircraft cannons back here. Yep, there goes the Drauga. They are incredibly vulnerable. In fact, I'm not convinced that it's worth having them. Not when they have to park themselves and when the enemy waves are so fast. I mean, I've not been skipping at all on this map, and the waves are still coming really quickly. It's kind of impressive, if I must admit. Okay, you guys are holding up. Sort of. Yeah, I'm going to pull some coal out. See if I can't at least get something from all this. Because, jeez, I am definitely bitter about that. Wait, no. Don't do that, you fool. Whoops. Okay, so it needs to be like that. I take great satisfaction, by the way, in the fact that my anti-aircraft guns did what they were meant to do. So, yeah. The enemy spawns and go suck it. I do apologise for my language, but yeah. Not the happiest of buddies. Also, there's barely any coal actually coming out of this. Oh, this is such a load of... you know what? I'll get far more resources out of this if I just flat out leave this map and come back. I'm at wave 40. I should have unlocked anything that might need to. It's my own fault I didn't check what I needed to unlock the following maps on anyway, but yeah, let's launch. Let's leave. There's no real resources here. S rank, 40. Continue. Please say this has unlocked both of those. That's locked. Wave 6. No! No! Well, actually, I'm okay with that, but still, no! Ugh. Some sweet, sweet chemicals, but... Wave 60 on that map to get the next one. Versus wave 10 on this one. That... Something tells me this is actually a more difficult route to be on. Flat out. I need a steam generator to even get onto that one. I don't think I can unlock the steam gen. I think it needs a material, yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, I need graphite and silicon to get that. There's no coal in ground zero. Desert Waste has coal, but it's such a load of unmentionable where it is. So, if I want to get access to stuff, I have to go the right route, because that actually seems to be the easier route. Also, I don't know what that one is. That is very oddly shaped compared to the rest of it. But to do this, I have to... No, I can go onto a new map. I could head over to Frozen Forest. I know what's going on in there, but it's like there's no sand or water. So I'll unlock this one. The craters. Water is accumulated in this crater, relic of the old wars. Reclaim the area, collect sand, smelt metaglass, pump water to cool turrets and drills. Okay, so there is coal, there is sand, there is water. The craters is where I want to be. Apparently. Desert Waste is a tricky map. But if you actually have to resources, it is a very bad one. Alright, let's see if the craters will treat us a little bit better. Okay, here we are. The craters. There's a turret emplacement there. Let's throw down the drills, because... resources. Okay. It says to use water to cool down drills and things. That said, though, I do not have pipes. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to go about doing that. But this one does seem to be a much more resource-free mission. If only because of the fact it gives us several minutes before the next first wave hits. Though also the fact there's a nice big deposit, and look, there's even coal right here. Delicious coal. Oh yeah, coal. There's a bit more there as well. There's all sorts of stuff here. It says water's gathered in the crater though. So I think I'm just going to try and get resource flowing as much as possible. So get the copper going. With the copper we can get basic defense up without any further worries. There's no lead flow nearby. There is lead over there. We've got a minute though. Copper's enough for the first level of resource. Look at all that water. Lovely. Okay, let's see. That's not a spawn zone. Ignore that. Is it this one? There we go. Spawn zone. With some somewhat intensive resources. Fair bit of resources in the actual area in front of the spawn zone. Oh dear. Okay. I think I know what I'm going to do. I am going to block off this side. So, how did Rimmer put it? Mutants out, alien abominations go home. Something like that. So there we go. Nice thick barrier to stop them from going downwards, which means they should come up here, which will actually leave most of this free, apart from the odd air attack. Which is going to be a pain, but hey, details. I'm going to need to just install some. The only problem is I don't have any copper. This is my gun. You will fear it. Oh, it's one of you guys. Hello, hello, little suicider. Okay, fine. Gives me a minute. Copper. Okay. We are in a good situation. I can just gather the copper from here, and that's all I need for a lot of it. There we go. That should give me plenty of copper. Here, I need some coming around the back. There we go. Copper, yay! If I put just need to route it all the way down here, because of how straight this place is. And then I'll feed it in straight to there. Then that should give me. I don't have any lead for the routers yet. Actually, that's a thing. Should have stopped to realise that one. I don't need you anymore though. Right. At least I got tons of copper though, so I can actually slap down things really quickly. Don't worry about it being perfect. You're getting stressed out a bit. Don't worry about it being perfect. You'll be fine. There we go. That's lead. That'll give me access to routers. Didn't I remove the... Oops, no. I did indeed, but it was just an exploder. Okay. And here comes the rest of the stuff. Routers. Okay, that lets me give it duos. All along there like that. Yeah, okay. Sorted. Now how the heck am I going to use water? Oh dear. I think this is where metal glass would be quite useful, but I need metal glass to unlock all the pipes and things. I just don't think I've got any kind of pipe network at the moment. Okay. And let's add a duo there. Okay, that should be more than adequate for inbound enemies. I'll just have to make sure that this area is nice and thick so they don't try and get past it. Yep. We do need some menders though, of course. But for menders we need power. There is a little bit of coal there. How am I going to use water? Doesn't use water. Pyrite mixer. Doesn't need water, actually. I do have sand, because I've got dark sand around the crater itself. Eee. Actually, I could use the water to extract sand faster. Somehow. I don't know how, but that would be a thing I can do. Decent amounts of coal. That's all scrap. In fact, no reason I can't use it to set up scrap AA. I just need to get power up, if I'm honest. Yeah, I just need to get power up. Let's get power up. Will that be enough? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm not exactly sure how much power I'm outright producing, but that should be sufficient to at least get a charge going on everything. And if need be, I can just connect other things to the actual power network itself as well. Because one of the things I've noticed about this node layout is it does actually give you plenty of flexibility in where you can put stuff. Put it there. I mean, look at it. This is so much easier than it was last time I played when it was just the direct lasers. Admittedly, that did add a quote-unquote skill thing to it, but this is definitely a much easier system to work with. Couple of batteries. Currently generating a bunch of excess power. Not quite getting enough coal, it seems, to maintain full output on those generators. But that is okay. That said, though, I'm suspecting the menders have a constant power drain. Yeah, 18 per second. And I think that's even when they're not doing anything as well. Yeah, I think it is, because it's dropping to 45. So maybe I should actually leave maybe only a couple of them, because we don't know if they actually stack their healing efforts either. But I don't know, might be worth observing to try and work that out. But we do need a bit more coal into the system, so I think I'm going to tap a bit more coal from around here, if I can find some. That's scrap, that's lead. It's going to have to be this coal, isn't it? Let's tap this for our power circuit. I could go for a pneumatic drill. Mine's at a faster pace, but it needs graphite though, which is going to have to come from refining coal. Let's actually get that set up. Let's go and set that up a bit. Let's go ahead and gather some graphite. Gather some graphite, if only. Gather some coal. You're just a plain old copper reserve. That's okay. You're a nice beefy coal deposit. Sorry. Let's see, bridge conveyor. Now the question is, will that bridge conveyor accept from those two? Or will they grind to a halt? I am now somewhat curious. We must discover this for science. Those two both have 10. But that one has none. Whoops. It had none. That one's not outputting either. So it seems like the output side of a bridge conveyor can only put output in front of it. No, that it can output the side. It's like a distributor. Oh, it's like a distributor. Yeah. One input, 3 outputs, and the other side is 3 inputs, 1 output. I get it. I get it! Yay! I get it. Me am schmurty schmurt. Well, me, I'm something. I'm not sure if schmurty schmurt is quite the right phrase for it, but hey, whatever. Let's go ahead and throw you down here. Let's unify the streams so that... there we go. And then you're just going to go like that. And we'll put down routers. So yeah, not distributors, routers. Distributor is the upgraded version, the big one. And then you are going to feed into the graphite presses. There we go. We're getting materials for better drills. Better drills means more materials. Haha! The cycle is beginning after like 4 or 5 parts. It is happening. Yeah. The problem is there's actually a decent coal seam in here, which I'm going to have to draw from. That's okay. We want to tap these for extra power. Let's do it. Junction there. Okay. Then we'll route it across to here. So it mixes straight in with that. And I should be able to get away with an additional power gen, I think. In fact, why am I even doing it like that? Let's do it like this instead. Might as well. Right. And then we'll see if 4 is enough to burn what's coming in, or will it take 5? Right now my net power is at plus 186. So actually, I'm wondering if now they're fully charged, maybe they were draining power because they were doing something, but now they are not doing something. Regardless, it gives us time to get more batteries charged up. Yeah, so maybe they were only doing the power drain because they were trying to do stuff. I have no idea. That's all okay. I need an overflow gate on this. That way I can route any copper that goes spare. And I can build pneumatic drills, of course. Let's go down and increase our graphite production exponentially. Yeah, let's see. You are 0.17, you are 0.24. Yeah, more! More! Pretty please, more? Also, they're nice and silver. There is that, I suppose. Right, let's see. Any good coals around here? Not as such. Coals around here, I think I'm going to use for power supply, unless everything else is exhausted. In fact, let's put a overflow gate on that, and then route this around the power system. There we go. So only when there's not enough, when the coal's all being used, will it start to come out there. Also, let's increase the power consumption, the power capacity as well, because we have to, of course. Okay. Something we do need to try and sort out though is, of course, extra. We need supplies of scrap. Yep, that looks like plenty. but we need these scrap supplies just to feed into some anti-air flak guns, because we're going to need some anti-air pretty soon, actually. And junction should be like that. The only problem is, of course, we have to get this actually through the tangle, which is all of this. So, this is why I'm doing like just these guys rather than actually trying to, you know, maybe feed some other resources around. And why I'm so glad I don't have to worry about straight lines for these power systems. I can just interweave it all like this. And there is also, of course, the fact that I don't need scrap for literally anything else. There is no use at all for scrap, as far as I know. Well, in anything I can currently do, maybe I should say. Let's feed it through here, I guess. Yep, that'll do it. And then we can just run it along here and throw it into anti-air. Of course, this means the anti-air will not be doing as much damage as if I gave them lead. But doing it this way will allow, will give them bigger AoE, which in itself is going to be of use. So there we go. 5 anti-airs covering this area for any time enemy aircraft decide to show up. I should also make sure that everything here is being fixed as well. I think maybe I was wrong and they can accept stacking. At the very least, I should try it and find out. Yeah, looks like when the Mender is fully charged and there's nothing for it to do, it doesn't actually really drain that much. No, wait, no. I don't know. I don't know, okay? There's nothing for them to fix, and yet the power seat feels like it's still being sapped. You know? So I just don't know. I do know, though, I'm going to increase the amount of coal available to the distribution system. So at the very least, I'm going to do that. Because more power. There is literally no circumstances where more power is a bad thing. We just need more power. Power overwhelming. Power, power, power. Power. And just to make sure, I'm adding some extra combustors as well over here. To make sure it can burn all of that lovely coal that might or might not be coming. And then when there's no need for it, just because the batteries are all full, that's when coal will become available for the rest of the system. I really like those. I know I've mentioned it a few times already, but I really do like those. Let's see, I want to get that one, I want to get that one. We're just going to bring the lead down. La-di-da-da. Right. Okay. Almost there. Oops. No. No, 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 no. We need to do the junctions. And the junctions. Because if we're going to do this, we need to do that. Sorry. I'm getting slightly distracted again. Just by the complexities of the task at hand. I'm also kind of curious why these individual blocks here seem to have symbols on them, but there's no way, as far as I know, to actually get through them. It's kind of weird. There we go. And this will be the copper line, which will bring down some copper. Because if you recall, we are actually doing copper up here as well, even if we've not done anything with it yet. There we go. And I think this might be where the Draugrs would be good if I had a reliable power source that wasn't dependent on my coal extraction capability. Why is the overflow gate sending stuff upwards when it's not yeah, empty on that side? Unless the fact that stuff is coming in from that way is confusing it somehow. Let's make sure and bring it around the side. Oh, it seems like if things are too dense, it's going to send stuff to the sides. That sucks. I thought it was more reliable than that. It's mostly going it, but says if things are too dense on the incoming belt, it seems to send them off to the sides anyway. Okay, and if I do it like that, that will do fine, and we have got ourselves the coal belt coming out. Though almost all the coal is flowing. You know what, let's make sure and give it like a little bit of extra. There we go. Ha! There we go. That's given it more room for stuff to be sent forward rather than go off to the side. Okay, but I'm afraid I have to call it there, of course, because we are at the half-hour mark. So, we are at wave 15 in the Canyons map. And so far, it seems to be going pretty well indeed. I dread to think how far I have to go, though, to unlock stuff, because I've not been paying attention. At least I can check the tech tree. But there's no way to check my objectives, it seems. Which is a feature I would actually rather like to have. You know, just to be able to check what my mission objective unlocks are to what wave do I need to be at, that kind of thing. But then again, I suppose that's one of the things, though, because before... actually, no. Was it revealed? I don't know, actually. I didn't check if it revealed what the next destination thing was going to need after I unlocked it. Which was a bit silly of me, in retrospect. But yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. And I'll catch you all some other time. That is a bit too close to that thing, though, isn't it? Ah, darn it. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all some other time. Yes, indeed. See you all later.